Welcome. Welcome to J-Town. Can I hear the crowd? Come on. Well, good afternoon. I'm Lorraine Malare, and I am an forever volunteer of the Nihonmachi Street Fair. But the truth is, I actually teach. Okay, so I'm a professor actually of ethnic studies, Sac State. And I want to say that all my kids went through JCYC here. So let's give a shout out for JCYC, Japanese Community Youth Council. So welcome to this wonderful celebration as we actually kick off Asian, American, Pacific, Islander, right? Actually, we add another, DESI, American Heritage Month, right? So it's AAPI, actually how we call it. And I'm glad that everyone is here. You are going to watch all the performers that bring pride to our community. Because we only have 12 to 4, there are many performers probably out there that couldn't make, right, our programming for today. But if you know anybody, let us know. Okay, so I'm going to pass the mic on right now to Juba.
Testing, 1, 2. Hello, everyone. I'm back. We have some guests here to help kick off the program. And the first person that we like to bring up is our Honorable Mayor London Breed. Please give her a big hand.
Thank you, Rich, and thank you to those folks here in Japantown. I know that this seems to be a little bit quieter today than it just was a couple of weekends ago during the Cherry Blossom Festival. Wasn't that magnificent? The people, the crowds, the parade, the activities, and that's what today is about. It is just to prepare the people of San Francisco for all the wonderful events that will take place as a result of Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month in the city and county of San Francisco. I want to thank the AAPI Heritage Foundation and Claudine Chang for all the work that they continue to do to bring the communities together. And they reach a broad perspective of communities all throughout San Francisco and all testing. They reach a broad section of San Francisco throughout all of the geographic areas, bringing the community together, promoting history, culture, and making sure that their traditions of community are not lost or not forgotten. And so as they bring these various activities forward, here in Japantown, in places like Chinatown, at the Asian Art Museum, in the library, and all the places that we know and love throughout San Francisco, we want to express our appreciation to all of the various groups, and especially in light of what we're doing here today, an acknowledgement of the next generation, making sure that they are carrying on these traditions. We talk about San Francisco as being a global city, a place of diversity, and that diversity is maintained by culture. It's maintained by the history and the historical significance of the traditions that we celebrate in our cultures, in our communities, and in our families. And so as we kick off AAPI Heritage Month, we're reminded of that. We are able to see that. And through the Nihonmachi Street Fair, which is hosted during the month of August, you'll be able to see that, especially with the next generation of folks who, under the leadership of Grace and the work that she does to continue this tradition in San Francisco, we're looking forward to seeing that. So thank you all so much for being here. We know that this has been a very challenging time for our APA community, more so with a lot of the recent attacks over the years in our city and our country. And here's the thing. We are making and seeing a difference. And I want to give a shout out to CYC and to Self-Help for the Elderly for the senior escort programs, for the ambassadors who are patrolling our neighborhoods, to our San Francisco Police Department and our law enforcement agencies who continue time and time again to make sure that they are out and visible and keeping communities safe. Coming together, working together, that's what's going to make the difference, and it has been making a difference. So we appreciate you all being here to celebrate this occasion. Thank you.
Mayor. Thank you, Mayor B, for coming out, taking the time. Mayor B's been a big supporter of Nihonmachi Street Fair in Japantown. She's also been the product here of the Western Edition too. So it's a big honor to have her here. So we have our next speaker coming up. Again, he's with the Council of Japan. I'd like to bring up Deputy Consul General of Japan in San Francisco, Jimmy Kishimori.
Thank you, Richard. Hello, I'm Jimmy Kishimori from the Consulate General of Japan in San Francisco. I'm so honored to join Mayor Breed, Public Defender Mano of McLeod-Chen AAPI Heritage to start this Nihonmachi Street Fair today. And particularly, I'd like to thank Grace Horikiri for organizing this and inviting me to say a few words. I came here, San Francisco, from New York, where I used to stay for 6.5 years, working for the United Nations. So just a year has passed since I came to San Francisco. And the first word I learned from a friend of San Francisco is DEI, which I never heard of in the East Coast. But here, DEI is a keyword with which I should survive. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. So DEI is the first word I just come to my mind when I was invited to today's festival, because this is Nihonmachi. But the first performance I saw is a lion dance from China. And I understand that Korean culture will also be introduced. So I think this is a diversity and equity and inclusion. So this is a keyword for me, for the Japanese consulate, and maybe for all of you to celebrate today. One more episode, if I may share. I got the Uber to Japantown the other day. He's an Italian American who is driving Uber for some time in San Francisco, and I asked his impression of Japantown, and he thought a while, and he said 2 words: clean but boring. And I was a bit disappointed, and I asked him if he has been to Japan, and he said no. So he just drove around, clean and boring. That's the image he got. So let's change that from today. The clean is nice and dynamic. Dynamic Japantown together with you, with a keyword DEI. That's what I want to share with you to celebrate today, and I look forward to more and more events in Japantown together with you and together with all the stakeholders. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deputy Consul. Our next speaker, who's a supporter of Japantown and Nihonmachi Street Fair and the community as a whole, he is the San Francisco Public Defender, and I'd like to ask Manu Raju to come up and say a few words.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm the San Francisco elected public defender, Mano Raju, and I just had the pleasure of meeting our Deputy Consul General Hajime, and we had a little conversation about DEI. And there's a lot of issues going on in our city, and sometimes we have differences of opinion on different issues, but one thing that we all remain united around is just the beautiful diversity of our city. You can always go a couple neighborhoods and see something like this, and I really want to put the whole volunteer committee that I know normally this happens in August, but it was moved up to end of April this year. But for this group to come together and to put this on for the community is really a special thing. And I know this happens here and it happens in all parts of our city, but I think it really makes one of the reasons why this is, in many ways, one of the absolute best cities on the planet. And it's just beautiful to see people coming out and to see this continuing to keep these traditions alive. So have a wonderful Saturday. Hopefully we get a little bit more sun here, and I really hope everyone enjoys the fair. Take care.
Thank you, Mama. Okay, now we have our next speaker coming up. This would not be happening if it wasn't for her help. She is one of the people, organizations that helps fund Nihonmachi Street Fair and everything else. So she is the director of the Grants for the Arts, and I'd like to welcome Valley Brown. Please welcome Valley Brown.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the start of the API month. We're really excited. Grants for the Arts is a department in the city that's funded by either the hotel tax or a generous mayor who has made sure that we had money when the hotel tax was down to support arts and cultural affairs. Because this city, why do people come to this city? Why do we live in these cities? It's because we love our arts and culture. I mean, you can go out and see free events, you can go to a world-class opera or museum. This is so important, and so we know that our arts and culture is really going to bring our city back after this pandemic. So really want to thank everyone. Japantown, this is the oldest Japantown in the country, in the United States. And their culture is deep within our city, and we love them. We love all of our cultural events. So thank everyone for putting this on, making sure we have a vibrant Japantown. Please come, go to the restaurants, go shopping here. It's so much fun and you'll love it. But thank you everyone for joining. Take care.
Thank you, Valerie. All right, our next speaker coming up. She is our partner for part of this event today, the kickoff, and she's the president of the AAPI Heritage Foundation. Please welcome Claudine Chang.
Hi everyone, I don't know where the sun is today. Happy AAPI month in another 2 days. So the month of May, as you know now, is in the country is Asian American and Pacific Islanders Heritage Month. So in San Francisco here, we celebrate all these festivities in grand style. The mayor already mentioned about many of the programs during the month. So I would urge you to look up the website apasf.org, where you will see, for example, all the programs at the Asian Art Museum. They have some great exhibits going on and cultural programs. Cam Fest, the country's largest Asian American film festival, is going to start on May 11th for 10 days. I hope you will look up some of the movies and documentaries. And then Asian American Camp Fest, and then the San Francisco Public Library with 20-some branches in the city. They are all having amazing programs for families from different generations. So the whole month of May, we want this to be an opportunity that everybody can learn a little bit more about the diverse Asian and Pacific Islanders culture and heritage. So it's a good time for all of us to get together, and I hope everybody will have fun. Again, apasf.org. Have anything to add?
Thanks, Claudine. Thanks everyone for braving the cold. You know, it's typical for San Francisco, but there's a lot of heart in Japantown, and it's a warm place always for the diversity that we have here. It's near and dear for me. Growing up, my high school wasn't too far away at Sacred Heart, and we would come here. It's changed a lot. The shops, the bowling alley, things have changed, but the generations continue, and the culture continues. So thank you for being a part of it, supporting, and we look forward to a great May API month. Thank you.
Well, no, unfortunately, Phil Ting couldn't make it, but Representative Jay Wu came out to support us, and so we welcome her for coming out here to support and everything. We have a person that we want to really bring up here too. He was one of the founders of Nihonmachi Street Fair. He started it off with the concept and kicked it off in 1973 when I was a young man. So we are now getting too close to our 40th. This is our 49th. It would have been our 50th, but the pandemic held us up back a year. So it would have been our 50th year this year. So we're going to be celebrating our 49th. But I'd like to bring him up. Steve Nakajo, can you please come up? He's one of the founders of the Nihonmachi Street Fair and got us started. And also pass the torch to us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Richard Ju, the board president of Nihonmachi Street Fair. In our neighborhood, we call him Ju-Bop. He's one of our proud products of Japantown. His brother grew up across the street and is presently, as an occupation of San Francisco, the chief of staff of the San Francisco Sheriff's Department. How about a nice round for Mr. Richard Ju? Also here, talking to you already, are members of the Nihonmachi Street Fair Committee. You got Grace Hodekiri, you got Pat Fong. This is, yeah, give it up for these folks. Because after all these years of continuing the spirit of Nihonmachi Street Fair, the spirit of Japantown, Nihonmachi Street Fair is generally in August. In fact, they've arranged it for the first 2 weekends in August, so put that on your calendar. Behind you are some poster boards because Nihonmachi Street Fair also has a couple of other shows that are coming up before August and after August. They got an Aloha Festival coming up. Everybody loves the islands and the vibes from Hawaii. And then we got, they produce a show musical somewhere around mid-August, and then they'll still be there. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your support. It's so important for us to be in Japantown at the Peace Plaza. After this year, 2024, this Peace Plaza will be demolished to be redesigned. Don't be afraid, because during that redesign, we're coming back in 2025 with a $33 million redesign for the Peace Plaza. And all of you are going to be invited for that. And the whole idea is to continue the tradition of our community through entertainment, through the community spirit. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending and supporting the Nihonmachi Street Fair, and of course, the kickoff of Asian American Heritage Month. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Steve. So this is of information that you put on your calendar. This is our first kickoff. We're going to have multiple series of pop-ups coming up. We're spread it out throughout the whole time from now until August. So our next pop-up that's probably going to come up is actually going to be July 29th, and that's Aloha by the Bay. And what that is it's a free Hawaiian concert. We have musicians and dancers and everyone coming out from doing Hawaiian performances throughout the day. So that's coming up July 29th. You want to put that on your camp. Also, August 5th and 6th is our actual Nihonmachi Street Fair, where we'll be having our performances here on the Peace Plaza. We're shut down Post Street. We also have Webster Street. It was a food booth and everything else on that day. So it is August 5th and 6th. You can find that on our website there. And then also now on August the 19th, we have like a concert called Kokoro Soul. And we bring all these bands that come out here to perform for you. We had one popular band called Kalimba last year. They were a band that's known that plays the original music of Earth, Wind, and Fire. So we had a big concert here and everyone had a great time here. So we're going to be bringing that back out. And again, that's going to happen in August the 19th. So these are the dates that for future use. If you see it on the back of your chair there is some leaflets are posted on the chair there. And there's a QR code there. We do welcome donations. And we appreciate you coming out, enjoying the day with us. And we hope you come out and support the rest of the events that we have. All right, I'll turn it over to Lorraine, our MC. And we hope you stay to enjoy the rest of the performances. Thank you.
Thank you, Jubop. Thank you. How are y'all feeling? Getting hungry? Just so you know, we have wonderful food over there at the mall, okay? So if you guys get hungry, there's bento boxes and all sorts of food. There's ramen up there and great lunch here in J-Town.